Hey everybody, my name is TecToss and this is Let's Play Old World. We're back with Queen Miha, the Fountainhead, and man, I can't say this name without chuckling, but it's just weird to me. We got the Fountainhead because we're awesome. I don't really see the reason here. Whatever. Right, and we left her with some orders that are unfulfilled, which we're going to use to spend the training points, if there's any good way to spend them. All these people seem to have experience. You do not have a general, so we're going to give you one. CT the Ranger, I think, is the better choice over Sebat, because we're going to mostly use the Maceman offensively, and gaining 6 XP a year. It's something. It is something. And we need to strengthen. Yeah, these guys don't have any XP, so you're going to get focus. And these guys don't have an XP, you're gonna get combat. Oh, and you guys also don't have a promotion yet, so you're gonna have, I guess, focus? Yeah, I guess we'll focus. Critical damage with that catapult is gonna be devastating. Alright, that takes care of our orders and some of our training points, which I would happily trade for civic points, but that's just not how the game works. And then we're going to end the year. And Syria is going to be the target if nothing goes wrong. I mean, Babylon could attack us. Carthage is completely devastated and busy, so no problem there. And Greece, we don't really take serious, because they have a long way if we're at war with them. So Assyria it is, and the plan with Assyria is that we'll put a strong defensive line here between Sema-Beheaded, Tamiat and the Assyrian forces, just because we do need to protect Sema-Beheaded in particular. Okay, the governor died. That's the chancellor died. That's not great. Can I please finish my thought? Thank you. In particular, because this our production here, these two cities. So we need those to churn out troops, and then the main strike is gonna come through here, through Assur and Kanesh. And that reason is that, number one, as I said, we need to protect our production. Number two, though, we also need to protect this weak part of the empire that doesn't have many troops. And what better way to do it than positioning our offensive forces here? So the Assyrians will have to go through those if they want to make progress in our more vulnerable backlands. That's the plan, anyway. Okay, so we need to pick a tech. Where was that? More demand. Choose research. There. Oh no, there's another attack. Oh man. You know what? Let's actually pick the research first. We could do Maceman. Not really. Ballista. Maceman is good, but it's not that much of an upgrade. Watermill would ordinarily be my pick, but it's a bit longish. Same goes for vaulting. And there's one particular tech I want. That is metaphysics here, which will lead to us being able to build... Well, not with metaphysics, but then after that we can get cartography, rather. And we're going to be able to build harbors, which are very good. So we're going to redraw here. And yeah, there we go, metaphysics. Another reason is that it only takes 2 years. Ooh, horse archers. We have camel archers, it's okay. We'll pick the metaphysics. Right, so if we looked at this already, let's actually play out the attack first. See if that has any consequences. Crazy. How many did we have that? Like 6 or 7? And you know what? I was an idiot reading through the events. Actually, Sensurit is the one trying to kill us. Which makes total sense. He's a schemer, he's about 50 years old, so he's could immediately replace us, and he's getting bored being the prince. So I don't know why I missed that and suspected that poor Bardia the Intelligent. Really don't know. Anyway, another attack. As you make your way along a corridor, you notice a bizarre-looking woman arriving at the other end and start walking towards you. She appears to be holding a large bellows of sorts, and is wearing a heavy leather apron and has a large pot strapped to her back. Before you can consider this further, the woman raises her bellow and with a firm pump sends a jet of liquid flame spurting right at you. I'll try to dodge. Ooh, haha. Moving faster than you have ever before, you dive into a nearby alcove. The jet of flame streams by, shooting through the area you just vacated. But while the alcove is granted temporary safety, there's no way out. You're trapped. You hear the creak of leather flexing as the bellows are pumped again. But no further flames wash down the corridors. You hear several more, increasingly forceful pumps, until suddenly there's a deafening boom and a massive burst of fire rushes down the corridor. I'm not gonna make the joke that everybody has in their mind. You can play that out in your mind. You dare to peek out onto the conflagration. You dare to peek out once the conflagration has passed, and see that where the strange man once stood, there's only a burning crater. Okay, that was very close. Get 60 XP from that. Ooh. I get a warden man. What the? The sudden arrival of envoys from Babylonia causes disorder in the court. Their ruler, Nabopolassar, demands that we take up arms against Syria. There's not a decision to be considered lightly. What should we do? Okay. He's gonna give us minus 80 opinion for 80 years. Okay, so we'll gain 1 back each year. Ooh, that is actually not great. He already doesn't like us, so that will put us completely over the edge. We have no civic points whatsoever to be able to remedy that through diplomacy. I mean, I guess we could influence him. That is a thing we could do. But other than that, we're completely powerless to change it. But we're also not ready to take on Assyria. They're at war with Carthage. And they have troops here, which is pretty bad for us because we do need our orders to deal with this mess over here. I wanted to have some peace a bit longer. On the other hand, they can't really make a move on us. I mean, they're busy with Carthage. They're at war with the Thracians as well. And they only have these warriors here, which are an absolute joke for my defensive force there. But we didn't reposition yet, and we didn't build up the army I want yet. Can we do that as we go? And is Carthage already... Oh, Carthage is here. They took a city off of them. No, not really. They have 6 cities now there. Ah, no, who knows what Carthage is doing. Weird things. But maybe we could use that. Alright, we'll do everything else in the turn and then we'll decide. Mother's disposition. Representatives from the Academy arrive at court, bearing news of Duchess Tai. She's been well and turning out to be as charming as her mother. Isn't that nice? +1 charisma. Sure, I'll take it. And then we have a decision to make for a law, and that is professional army or volunteers, which is pretty easy. First of all, we're going to honor our father's legacy and wanting to enact a professional army. And number 2, we need an offensive army. So we'll lose construction time, which is great, and all cities produce more training points if they have treasuries. And there we go, extra legitimacy and air education. Duke Bessis is growing up fast and eager to learn. How would you like to educate Bessis? He's the 3rd in line, right? He's the 3rd in line. He is already righteous, which is great for governor. So he'll be studying maybe commerce. He could become a builder or orator or rhetoric. You know what? We didn't study rhetoric yet, as far as I'm aware. And Queen Miha, being the exotic, curious mind that she is, would want to explore in that new field And who better to send than your own family? And he's gonna learn, be educated, and in turn it's gonna rub off on us a little bit and be an asset to the state. So he'll study rhetoric. I like that. And the death of the Chancellor, which we can't replace because it's gonna cost us 100 civics if I'm not... Yes, I am not mistaken. 100 civic points. Awesome. Or not. Okay, so we got 30 orders to spend before we make that decision on the war. Number one, we'll need to take care of this. It's gonna bring it down 226 and 100. Okay, so we'll kill him with the archers, I'd say. Actually, no. We'll. Can I please have you selected? Thank you very much. We'll shoot them with the archers and then kill them with the chariots, because the chariots will move a step forward. Cult of Flame. Scholars at the site of the Thracian defeat discover shrines, carvings, and statues depicting the worship of fire. They believe these treasures are associated with the Cult of Flame, an ancient tribal religion still practiced by many of our subjects. The cult's icons are sacred to its followers, so we should proceed with caution. Install them in a city to show tolerance. Yeah, that's pretty much, I mean... We could get legitimacy, but that goes against all that. Artist, she's a scholar. I mean, why would you desecrate a people's religion or beliefs? That just doesn't make sense. We're going to install them in a city of apparently Janet and lose a discontent level, which is a bit of a waste because, yeah, we didn't have one to begin with. But hey, it just is good. Good business to do that. Alright, and you guys gonna be sentry here. And you guys gonna be sentry here. Now we need to move back the axemen, because they're very hurt. Actually also gonna... No, we're not. Okay. I was about to say I'm gonna move back the thing here, but the archers, but we can't, of course, because they already have moved. So you can heal. Actually, undo that. Move one, then heal. So we're already closer to the border. And who else we have? We've got a couple of idle axemen. Alright, so first we need to move the builders now that we dealt with the fighting. In Beheaded, I would like a courthouse as well, just to be even more productive on the civics. Beheaded is going to be an absolute metropolis. It's going to be a huge city once we get going here. You'll see. Has so much potential, so much land, and just in general is all these city tiles that we could use. Anyway, enough. Courthouse it is. And can you believe that with all the... I don't even want to count. With all these quarries, we're still only at 800 stone. Isn't that ridiculous? I think it really is. And it looks like we have a lot of steel. But that's likely going to go down once we discover new techs like Maceman. Anywho, we got a finished... Oh, garrison. I was about to say barracks, but the barracks we already have. The garrison is... So, we want to wait for the fur trapper and the farmer here before we plan any expansion. And how many turns for you to grow culturally? 2 years, okay. So in 2 years we can build the other things, the courthouse and the Odeon. So until then we're just gonna get... hang on, fur camp... Improves lumber mills. Yeah, okay, I double-checked and triple-checked that. Eventually my demented brain should be able to save that information, but for now it's not. Anyway, we're going to build a range, because we already have the barracks here. And we're going to be producing troops in this little triangle here. Right, so that was it for the workers. Now, hang on. What is that? Sporting chances. Ooh. With the increasing recognition of the city of Janet as a center of culture. A what? There has been a movement from the elders. A what? Okay. How did that happen? To host the Festival of Archery. Sure, why don't you? A decree was swiftly issued, stating that in Janet, no other sport shall be practiced. Rival factions have risen up, arguing that the wrestling or horse riding provide the better sports. The belligerent city looks to you, which shall we favor? Gain archery, which will be very nice. Wrestling, horse racing. Yeah. Will we produce archers in this city? Maybe. Maybe. I think so. I mean, I didn't plan to produce military here at all, but if any, it's likely going to be ranged. So there you go, and then we'll follow it up with a range here. But yeah, one thing after the next. Okay, so can I continue on? I think I can. We're at Janet anyway. We did finish a woodcutter, which gave us this lovely land expansion. So we could now actually build that archer, because we have that tradition now. Is there anything else we want immediately? We don't have any more citizens, so we can't build specialists. I could build a settler here is the other thing. 12 growth is nothing to sneeze at. And we'll gain... well, we won't gain much more immediately. But 12 years is not too bad. Let's see, we have a settler here. In Vasset we will have... Can I please... Come on. There we go. Oh, it's gonna be 7 years. Okay, so... Yeah, it is much faster. It is much faster. Okay. 7 years it is. So in total 9 years, and then it's still gonna be... We need to move him over here, but 3 years is... that we would save here is a lot. Okay, we would need a worker though for the new city here. So let's get that. 6 years. Reason I'm not building the archer just now is that I first want to build a range here. So it goes a little more efficiently. Okay, and Chem is also finished. They have a farmer now. In Chem we have loads of specialists that we could build. Question is, what do we need most? We do need some culture. So we could upgrade that. Didn't we have a poet yet? Apprentice poet. Scribe. What are the levels of a doctor? Let's see. Master doctor gives you growth and science output. Scribe gives you civics. We're growing a bit slowly though. I'd say we want to be a strong culture, so we'll go with the apprentice poet for now. And probably right after pick the scribe. Okay, so let's see what we can do. We still have 15 orders, but we also have our ship to move, which has been attacked by these Thracians. Don't want to bring it through the corridor here. We're gonna try and sail around the coast, get out of range. Maybe, yeah. Could just try and go here. Oh, nice. Caspian Sea, and they shouldn't be able to reach us here. Could have checked that earlier. Okay, so we still have 12 orders, and we did scout. So let's see how we can rearrange the troops. We do have a chariot up here. Not the greatest, but it is a unit. Which could... let's see... We have the siege units there. And the thing and the thing. Okay. Axeman and Spearman. I feel this is enough for defense now. So we'll bring the Macemen down here. We'll have our whole force move down there a little bit. We could actually start working on these dudes already. 1, 2. No, I think the elephant is gonna be more suited to defense duty here, holding the line. So we'll bring the Macemen up in this position. Okay, so we can bring you here. Ooh, what is that? Slingers, really? You still have slingers. And then we'll bring the Macemen onto this position. And the Axeman... Axe, Spear... It sucks. I wanted to switch those, but I feel as soon as I move, the fortification will be removed. Yeah, but we need to bring the troops down here. We don't have enough there. Let's see, we have a chariot there for mobile defense. We have some troops here, so it's not the worst of the worst, but it's certainly not a good starting position. Down here we just barely have a defense. And no way of building more. Hang on, what is the plan actually in Sema beheaded? Yeah, this is really at a very inopportune time. Apprentice Acolyte. It would be nice to be starting on some military while we can farm some civic points. But this is still... can't even position ourselves properly. If we go here, could we attack? 1, 2, 3, and we have a range of 3. Yeah, we could attack just barely. Could we attack twice? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. If we moved here, we could. Or here, but that leaves us vulnerable. I'll move you here, and then we don't have the movement points, actually. So this here counts as a defense. I mean, they have to go through the elephant. We'll have the forum here, and after that we could go for archers. They come out really quickly here. So we could put 2 archers in the queue. And we also have the Oneger to defend with. So that should be okay. It's not ideal, but it's possible, I feel. So we'll say we'll wage war on Syria. And there we go. We are now at war with Assyria, much earlier than I had planned. But it is what it is. Okay, so we could make a couple of attacks. That is one here. We could actually move you... Hang on, could we buy some orders? Probably have to. Could move you here. Won't do much good. Moving you here will do a lot of good. We can attack this. But then we'll need 2 orders to be able to attack there. Right? And now we're lacking the order, but that's okay. We have a lot of training points. Okay, we have the first unit down. We're a little bit open here. So they could come in there, but they only have a warrior. And we're certainly open here. That is not great at all. But we'll see what they do. I do know that the AI makes very smart decisions in war. They know how to focus fire, they pick out weak targets, attack them quite well. And they do know how to use their units to full effect. Like if they have very mobile units, they'll use them accordingly. But apparently they're still busy against Carthage. Ah, shoot, they can. Okay. Prince Sensorit has reflected on his recent experience and absorbed many important lessons. Like his failed assassination attempts, is that what he's been reflecting on? We've been fallen ill. It's not great. An unexpected visit. As you relax alone one evening, Sensorit suddenly bursts into the room wielding a massive axe. "Why won't you just die?" he screams as he swings it at you with a crazed look in his eye. A struggle ensues. You're able to dodge the first swing, and while Sensorit is off balance, you catch him in a grapple. Sensorit, unwilling to let go of the axe, but unable to swing it in such a close quarters, is at a disadvantage, and you throw him onto the floor. He lands poorly, his head impacting on the hard ground with a loud crack. He does not rise again. Good grief. That is a very sad thing. Oligarch is now the head of the Saiti family. That is a very sad event, I must say. We didn't have close ties to him, but being betrayed like this by our own family, especially once the nation is in dire need of solidarity in a war against Syria, that must leave some scars on Queen Miha. I can't even imagine. Okay, so let's go. Let's not fully commit to the war yet. I mean, Syria is likely gonna beg for a truce sometime soon, because they have war against us and Carthage. So, oh, you like us? Can we go on a peace mission? Peace with the ambassador, but it does require, I think it requires 100 civics, so we'll do that once we have everything else settled. We'll not go full out war, we'll go for making use of our workers. Okay. I do want to settle here, actually. I checked out the sites. And I do want to settle this side here. Because we get both crabs. This here is also okay, but I want the dice to go to the other city side. Here we also get both crabs, but here we get a bit more of the hills. But it doesn't matter this turn, we're gonna only be able to move up to here, so it's okay. Alright, you finished a courthouse in Sima Beheaded, which is awesome, because then we'll move through that production that much faster, and we certainly need it. An apprentice acolyte coming up. I'm thinking we'll go for more civic points in Sima Beheaded. We have so few. So we'll queue up that. Really, that takes 7 years. We'll queue up that scribe, who's gonna help us with that problem. Is there anything else we could do? We have the court now. So next to the court, is there a building? Not here, maybe on an urban tile. A ministry would help us, but we need a strong culture, and we currently only have... Well, we're gonna be strong in 4 years. Okay, that's good. We do have some... Here's some... The garrison... The shrine, and the thing, and the thing. Yeah, we have that. We have the range and the barracks. Could build a mine, but it's not really necessary. Could go with the fields here. Stronghold. Unlocks the light chariot, which light chariot is a very good unit. It's very mobile, has 2 range, very strong, and enables the citadel. And gives us extra orders. Could place you next to here. Plus 0.6 plus 30%. Yeah, you know what? I'll do it. 5 years is quite some time, but we could also use the orders, and there's not many ways to gain them. Now, the pasture. Could we get a ranger, please? That's also extra orders. It takes a couple years, but that's gonna enable us to expand up here. So I'll certainly want that. Control level there. Also 2 years away from being... Ah, that sucks. Right, so then we could just build a farm. I think we'll expand farms in that direction. So we'll have farm, granary, and then farms around. And we'll just ignore that farm down here. just was a bit of a misbuild, whatever. That happens if you grow an empire that size. All right. Now, for the lavender, we do need a specialist on the tile, but we can't currently afford it, so whatever. We do have the courthouse and the ministry. Not sure what else we could build. The palace we could build. Legendary culture, though. Probably a ways away from that. Ooh, 8 years actually. Ooh, okay. That is pretty darn good. Why are we getting so much culture? Ah, because of because of the wonders we have. Yes. And we have the shrine here, of course, as well. Surrounded by mountains. We have palaces, a mausoleum, which we can't build because we don't have the civic points, which is infuriating to say the least. Where could we build hamlets? Up here, huh? Could build a hamlet here and then an Odeon here? Meh. What does that... What does a grove give us? Come on. A grove will give us... 60% per adjacent monastery, okay? What else is a good hamlet site? Here's gonna be our farming expanse. Yeah, we really don't have a pasture here called Bath. We really don't have a way to expand much in Vasset. So honestly, probably not the worst to go up there with the hamlet. We could build one here. But then where we build the Odeon? I don't know. We have these Bath. Yeah, honestly, just go here and build the hamlet. Nothing else to do, and then the Odeon next to it. Okay, we have this, we have that, and then we certainly want a salt mine. Yes, please. Yeah, this here doesn't help us. The things we need is growth, but that won't help us in that regard. Okay, and then we also have another last worker. We built the garrison down here. We could build a range now. But the reason for the garrison is to be able to set governors, which we could do, but it costs 100 civics per governor. Hey, so we can't do that either. And we're still weak culture, obviously. So we cannot, in fact, build anything productive here. Where could we build farms? Oh, hang on. We could grow a little more and get ourselves some nets. Sure, we'll take that. Okay, so that does it for that. Now let's see, let's establish ourselves a front line. The Assyrians here seem to be busy with Carthage, which is good for me. I mean, I could continue with the troop movement as I have. Oh, yeah, they have quite the troops here. So they have a level 5 archer, a spearman, and some slingers. So, we will actually take a minute to think this through, and we're at the end of the episode anyways, so we'll find a way to position our army there and continue the war next episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We're finally in action. We have a couple orders left and many a troop to move. They're just a bit out of position, but that can be remedied, don't you worry. Until next time, have a wonderful day, and yeah, see you then.